All right, here we go. It's a red light. Okay, we stop. Don't get hit from rear. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's usually what happens. So it's a red light, we're gonna stop, and then we get rear-ended. So one of the big things here as a smart rider is we need to acquire and use personal protective equipment, because in this situation, there's not much we could have done. Not much we could have done. So having a back protector and a helmet in this situation is very important, because you're gonna fall back, hit your back, whiplash, hit your neck, hit your head. Not good. Putting your hands down. Yeah, gloves would help out a little bit, but the main thing here is back protection and a helmet. So check your back protector right now. So go and get into your closet, wherever you keep your motorcycle jacket, and look at the back protector. If it's that gray foam, that's not a good back protector. That's just foam. You need to have CE level 2, I believe, 1620-2, and you want to have an actual back protector. Usually it doesn't come with it. So when you buy a motorcycle jacket, usually it's just that gray foam. I believe Icon, when I did talk to them a couple years ago, they said that all of their gear comes with a back protector. Quote, don't quote, I don't care. Check it out, but make sure it has CE level 2 back protection included. If you don't, you can always buy it afterwards too. Not much you could have done there. Seriously, that's why as a smart rider, we have gear just in case. And if this person was severely injured and we showed up on scene, we can rescue that person. If we're driving and we saw this, we can rescue that person. Always have a rescue pack. 30% off all of November. Everything in the store. Check it out. All right, so Illa, here we go. Good space cushion. This guy's probably going to switch into our lane because it's a big open lane. Let's see what happens. No? Okay, very good. Oh, there it is. What did I say? So he actually moved over. So we moved over to this side. That was good. Avoided the situation. So let's go back to this. We're coming up to here. We have a good space cushion. We have this person right here. We're now in their blind spot. We recognize that there's a big open lane. This is that pattern that we keep talking about. We want to keep it. We want to have this. This is what we want. We love open lanes like this. But guess what? We're not the only person on the road that loves open lanes. Everybody loves open lanes. So you could fight for it. You can say, I'm going to control. I'm going to keep this and get into that position. Rev bomb, honk, push, all those things. Go ahead if you want to. You're a Chihuahua versus freaking Rottweilers over here on the road. It doesn't matter. I don't care how big your bark is. You're going to get your ass beat. So here we have this person right here coming in. We have a vehicle right here, a big long line. This person, that looks dangerous and gross so far. So we got a big spot right here. And this person's getting closer and closer. They don't like it. So what they're going to do is at some point switch over into our lane. They want that big open lane. So if we recognize that pattern ahead of time, what we do is roll off the throttle at highway speeds. Just rolling off a little bit is going to slow you down. And so what's happening is here's the person that's going to cross into your lane. Here's us. Now, if we roll off the throttle, they just kind of move over. Okay, if we fight for it, we're going to hit. So that's kind of what kind of happened. We just weren't aware of the situation, and that's part of what we're trying to do here is become aware of the situation. There's the brake lights. They don't like it. They recognize the big open lane. They're not checking their mirrors because they're idiot drivers. And by the time we get to this point, they switch over. We're in the middle. We're in the center of this lane. So we have left, center, and right. I like doing that instead of 1, 2, 3 because it kind of gets a little bit backwards in the UK because they don't have America units and everything. So here, left, center, right, very easy. Right now, we're in the center. This person's taking over our left. We need to move to the right. They're going to take our center and they're going to take our right. So if we really had to, we can readjust and move over to the next lane. That is an escape that we have. So let's see what happens here. We're in the center. We got pushed off to the right. And we are now in a lane filtered position because this is really all we have in that area. That's it. Now, if we had to, we can ride the line. If we really had to, we can get it over to switch a new lane. Having our hand off our primary control of the throttle and the front brake is no good just so you can flip somebody off and do everything like that. Get yourself into safety first and then do that. This person's now switching to the right lane. So their goal was to stay in the fast lane or the far left and then slowly or to quickly switch over to the right lane because they're very impatient. So our job isn't to teach drivers how to drive. Our job isn't to show them what they should be doing. Our job isn't supposed to control that whole aspect. Our job is to control, be aware of what we can do, take action on what we can do, be accountable for how we reacted to all those things, and do better, 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 better. So the whole thing here is this open lane. Somebody is in a lane that is going too slow for them. They see the open lane. They want to take the open lane because they're bad drivers, not checking their mirrors, or just didn't see us. And then when they do that, our job now is, instead of just now looking at these big open lanes and patterns, is to actually get out of the way. To get out of the way. So he did a good job. It wasn't a crash.
Quick shout out to our sponsors, QuadLock. You guys make amazing products, and they make it to where we can actually post these videos because we get age restricted, demonetized, and everything. So it allows us to post on YouTube. If you want to help support QuadLock and help support this channel, click the link in the description for 10% off and grab yourself a case and a handlebar mount. Now let's get right back into it.
All right, here we go. Name a hazard here already. Ooh, lost a little traction right there. Lost a little bit more traction. Low-sided, high-sided. Okay, so we high-sided, lost rear traction. Oof. All right, so we're coming up to here. It's a turn. We got the chevrons. We got brake lights already. So we need to start thinking, this is a little bit interesting. We're going to be in orange stage. A little prepped and ready. Exactly, Peter. It's a little bit wet on the ground. We need to find escape routes. We need to increase our space cushion. Our space cushion is incredibly important here because we need to have more total stopping distance. We need to have more because when we have less traction because of the wet road, and then it's a surfactant when it comes to the oil, so it's going to lift up the oil and it's going to start draining off. So now the water and oil, now the oil is up at the surface and you're going to start sliding on it. So we need to have better total stopping distance because if we apply the brakes, he lost a little traction already. We need to apply the brakes. We need to do it gently, slower, and almost like come to like the smoothest stop ever. And at this point, we're starting to panic. So if we start to panic, it's like, well, what other options do we have in a red stage maneuver? What other options? We could swerve. We can get ourselves into an escape. We could do something. We could try. This one's a little bit dangerous because you got the guardrail, but we can maybe do this. But the biggest thing here is really preventing it in the first place. So if we can't prevent it in the first place, part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment. Hopefully, you're going to be fine. It's a crappy situation. It's a crappy situation, but hopefully you're going to be fine. So it's going to be slipped and slopping. It looks like he might have had a passenger. Yep, there's a passenger. Okay, so there's the foot here of somebody and there's a leg there. Okay, people don't have two left legs. So even more so when you have a passenger, more weight on that vehicle, you're gonna have to slow it down further away from when you really want to stop. Think of like a little itty bitty car, a little schmeat car with no weight on it. You could stop and accelerate pretty quickly. Now think of like a big semi truck with a huge load on it. It takes forever to accelerate and it takes forever to stop. So when it comes to having just a little bit more weight on the tires and more weight on that motorcycle, it's going to take you a little bit more to stop. It's going to take you a little bit more to accelerate. It's going to take you a little bit more. Now you add in the wet road. Now you add in a small space cushion. You start to add in all these different factors, you're going to crash.